Wait a little while, hang man, wait a little while and see. I think I see my father coming way across the sea. Father, did you bring me silver? Father, did you bring some gold? Or did you bring me, dear father, to keep me from the gallows pole? I didn't bring no silver, I didn't bring no gold. I've come to see you hanging from the gallows pole.
Pike Opener day, it's the 14th, Saturday. I'm on the River Thames. It's a river I used to fish all the time growing up. I grew up in this town here, St. Mary's. Back then I didn't know anything about fishing. Didn't use the internet, I didn't learn anything from anybody. It was basically spoons and Mepps Black Furies, and that was it. So I haven't fished it in years. About 7 years ago, I believe, or 8, they drained the entire river for bridge work. And since then, the river changed 100%. It's clearer now, there's less weeds, there's less algae growth. And I didn't really know if it was healthy or not, but I got a little intel from a guy in town here. He said it's pretty healthy, so I thought I'll beat the crowds, I'll do something different and a little old school. Go back to my old stomping ground. So right here looking for some gators, throwing some big baits, and see what happens. Go for a river cruise.
All right, we're gonna start off the day with a Narcs rat from Narcs Bait. I'm Noel. It's an Ontario boy, I believe. Maybe Quebec, I can't remember, but see what happens here. Little rug rock. Yeah. Really popping this thing. That's the one thing I like about this bait. I used it last year. I didn't have time to fish it. I was on a bluegill bite and I just couldn't put down, so I gave it some test swims and stuff, and I noticed it just pops and walks great. But is that the best way to use it? I don't know. I have no experience really with this thing. But I like it. I like the way it looks. I like the way it pops. That's raw cedar. Looks just like a muskrat. Adam did a great job with that. And I don't know how hard it is to carve cedar, but I imagine it can't be easy. Actually from a door, buddy's farmhouse. I think it's over 100 years old. The wood that it is, it's quite special to me anyways. You know what? I'm gonna scoot right up there. I can see the sun on that bank, and that's exactly where I want to go this morning. It's just deep there. Find out. Lots of trolling motor on, just low. I'm just gonna come along this sun-beat bank and see what happens. Baby muskrat out and away. Help me, I'm drowning, help me. We'll say one thing. Growing up, this river was full of algae. It was always cloudy. I thought it was a lot deeper. I've done a couple canoe runs like 10 years ago, 12 years ago now, fucking maybe longer. I never saw the bottom. I didn't realize it goes from 4 feet to 8 inches all over, and there's no telling where. So I'm taking it pretty slow right now because it comes up and it goes down real fast. But seem to be managing here all right so far. Hey, it's just getting skinny. Walking from here, I guess. It's not too bad, but there's some big chunk rock here I'm banging into my crop, and should have bought a spare, but I haven't had time yet this year. Go, go, go. See that in the spring. Good times. I mean, I'm not upset about this at all. If I don't catch one fish today, I'll tell you what, I'm pretty happy to be out and doing something new again. 4 years for me is just about exploring and getting outside my usual. Last year was nothing but grind one lake, and I really hard on you. Mentally anyways, spiritual I should say. But I mean, I got this whole place to myself, man. Nothing better. Okay, I am in a hole right now. It is absolutely chock full of smallmouth. Gonna get ready to fish, I guess. It's a problem when you're fishing water you're not familiar with. You come up on a hole like this and you're in it by the time you get into it. Bass don't seem to be spooking. They're on bed, so they shouldn't be triggering any pike to the wise. I know this time's notorious for carp spooking and up shallow and letting everybody know where your whereabouts are. Right now I'm in the worst position possible for this hole. I'm at the front of it. So I have to make a mental note for the way back. Yeah, it's too bad. Right, so just on the other side of that hole there I just came across comes right up and then it drops right back down again. Could be 6 feet here. It's hard to say. It's really, really clear. I like to give rats, anything top water like that, I like to give it some hard pops at the start for sure if I'm not fishing anything super obvious, just to kind of help any fish in the area locate it before I start my wake. Especially if you're using something like a rat around a tree, I like popping the crap out of that just so it looks like a squirrel went bananas because he hit the water and wasn't expecting it. It gives it that panic look. Close to that rock. Sorry, Adam. Wow. That's fucking annoying. I really thought a rat would be killer because it looks like a muskrat and I'm on a river full of muskrat, but I could be completely wrong. Seems to be whatever fish I'm trying to catch. I see everything but that one. I'm not sure what it is about my game plans this year, but I seem to be quite off every time. So what I've been watching here, every time I see these riffle sections like the one in front of me, I'm stopping as far back as I can because every single one has had a hole in front of it. So I'm trying to assume what's ahead of me instead of just barging through like the last three. I didn't weigh that rat. Apparently it's a little heavy for the rod I'm using, but that's okay. I do like the parabolic of it. It's really nice. It's a little farther. I'm probably gonna end up walking here again too, I'm certain. boy. Not sure what I got myself into today. Oh boy. I'll tell you what, I haven't seen a pike, not even a small one. I haven't even got the notion I might catch a fish today, but this is the best pike opener I've ever experienced. There's something special about being on the river, running little skinnies, walking your kayak, kind of putting yourself through the ringer all by yourself, and just being the only one out here, you know. Kind of forget why I do the things I do some days until it hits you right in the face. I wish I could be in the kayak though, or a walk today if I know what I'm doing. We're packing all this shit. Holy. Let's try to make another run. Oh yeah. It's not fun working on a kayak. Changing your setup on the fly in a current. It's a little sketchy. There's the sun. She's been hiding all morning. Okay, I guess I'm getting out to walk again. Seems to be the theme of the day. Today's letter is their letter W for Wade. Also for what are you doing? I'm sure somebody's in the house now listening to me right now. Supposed to be meeting a guy out here who's giving me some intel on this river. John Louie. He runs a John boat up here, but it's by the path I took and the rapids I went up. I doubt I'll be seeing him today. No way he's getting up here. I'd be amazed. I think I'm just about at Motherwell, which there is a old spot where a bridge used to be. So I used to be one of my honey holes for shore banging growing up. There's a sheep farm there. So hopefully once I get to that hole, it's pretty deep. Maybe that is where it's gonna happen. I don't know. No idea. Well, I'm gonna do a little story here while I'm walking, since I'm not, I don't think I'm gonna catch much today, but growing up here, I used to fish the river. It was always a 5 diamond spoon or Mepps Black Fury. Like I said, I didn't know much about fishing. So I pulled fours and 5s out of here when I was young. One day I'd done some fishing, and I went to the pub after for a quick beer, and I saw him, the bartender there, Matt Monteith. I went to school with him. Yeah, that's how I did. I said I had a couple here and there, and he said he did really well the weekend before. He said he caught a 7-pound largie, and to me at the time, there was no such thing as a 7-pound largemouth. I thought they stopped about 5 pounds. I really didn't know much about fishing. I didn't spend time on the internet to learn about it either. So he showed me a picture, and I bet you that thing was 23, maybe 24 inches long. It was to this day one of the biggest largemouth I've seen in local waters. Now, that was out of this river here. The second that happened, it kind of opened my eyes up, and I went on YouTube and I saw some guys fishing and learned some more about it, and that's still my goal. I had one, I think was 7 last year. I don't know if it was or not, but that's what started me on the big bait thing. That was 8 years ago. I got onto the swim bait thing itself with the internet, and I'm a technophobe, so the internet to me was, I'm pretty new to it still, I think. But yeah, it got me started in this crazy endeavor, and now look where I am. I'm in the middle of nowhere by myself, carrying 200 pounds of gear upstream with a motor I can't use because it's too skinny. So life is good, I think. Anyways, let's see if we can get upriver a little bit more. Not a religious man, but there's some days that there might be something behind it. I don't know if this will pick it up, but I'm just coming over schools and schools of suckers here. They must be spawning up in this area here. So you might throw the K9 if it gets deep enough in the 256 color carp. Hopefully. I can't believe I haven't had a hit from a I haven't even seen one. Suckers and smallies. There's some good sized smallies in here, bigger than I thought. I know the biggest I've pulled out of here I think was 20 and a half maybe. It's hard to say back then. I didn't know nothing about fishing, I didn't do records, but I do know a couple of them were big. If I'm not mistaken, I've seen 2 trout, one in front of me right now. Is there a type of sucker I'm not familiar with? Right. See if we can get up to that hole I'm talking about. Once I get to this hole up here, I'm going to spend some time, try some different lures, and not just whip through them like I have the other ones. It's bigger. I've caught fish there before when I was young. It used to be one of my go-to spots. So hopefully there's something in there. The thing about river fishing, I remember as a kid, you get to a hole, you fish it, you're really just waiting for something to fill it if they're not there on the get-go. Which isn't the way I like to fish anymore with the kayak and stuff. I like to run and gun, but it's a little harder on the river. You don't know what you're looking for or where you're going. Let's live bait in here. Don't want tail for that. Open up the old snack box. All right, so this endeavor, I didn't realize I've always done this on foot. I've been about 4 hours now going upstream. I'm only about 2/3 of the way there. So I'm gonna turn around, quick back to town and see if I made a mistake and left that big water for the skinny water. And I might have made a cardinal mistake this morning, but that's part of the adventure. So I'm gonna turn around here and start paddling, see how it goes. Tell you what, it's a lot easier going down than it was coming up. I cannot believe how much time I spent trying to get to that hole. It's a pretty easy drive to, I'll tell you that much. That's all right. That's what it's all about. Reception Outlaws, man, they got a real low drive. You can get through some pretty good water. Going through suckers here. But that motor weighing me down, it's a little tricky. Here we go. Beauty. This is the first serious river run I've actually ever done in it, and it's handling itself quite well. It's not much of a paddler. I do need a longer paddle for it, but I spent a lot of time on the motor, so kind of the way I wanted it. A light motor, light Linac lithium battery there. Not too much to carry up the rapids, not too much to walk, and then you can paddle back once you flip the motor up and save some time and some battery on the way back. It's a matter of picking your routes. Maybe 3 inches to the top of these rocks, some less. Just trying to pick the deepest run here. Not running over any suckers spawning. There's a big rock. We're good. We got her. Tell you what, the amount of work I've put into the day for only seeing one tiny pike. I mean, this is a great scouting mission for smallmouth, but I will say this is probably the best, one of the best solo pal I've ever had. I don't know what it is. Maybe something about being my old stomping ground just humbled me a bit, but it's not really anywhere else I want to be right now. And sometimes my mind wanders, but not today. Definitely gotta focus for this bit though. It's a little fun. I'm in the trees with all my rods. All right, let's make a run, boys. I think she's a little shallow. Let's see how much we can bump her. This is a crazy hole for smallmouth. Hoping there's a pike somewhere on the outside here watching them, but if I get hit by a smallmouth, I'll just pull right out and keep going. I don't want to be one of those guys. But like, I mean, you want to talk about a smallmouth hole. Yeah, I'm getting followers. I better get out of here. Look at these guys. Just insane. I'm going to be marking this GPS spot and come back here in about a month. Oh, that was a big hit. That was probably a huge mistake. That's okay. I might have just toured across God's half acre for nothing. You can see here, there's an inlet where the water stops and the wind's pushing in, so it's caused this muddy water where everything else is gin clear. So I'm hoping that there's maybe a pike looking in here for a disoriented fish. Really haven't had much information to go off of today. I've seen one fish, one pike, that's it. And it was not the size I'm looking for at all. Working trees. It's fairly deep in here. All right, switching it up to my wade hogs. He's a bloody mess. Got some nicer ones now, but this is my pike one. I've added a little blood to her. It's my confidence bait. I did so well last year, and things aren't going well. I turn to it, just so I can, you know, have a little faith. Not that I don't in yours, Adam. I just gotta catch a fish first. I've been working hard today. I need a fish.